Here's another quick tip. This one's how to quickly fix a dead LED light. In this case, it's a Philips, and it's less than a year old. This is a Philips branded LED that's gone dead. It's not very old. Just to show you that my power is on. I've had a couple lights go dead over the last little bit here, and they're not that old. This lamp here is not even a year old. Let's crack it apart and see what went wrong with it. Usually you can get into these things with a spudger or a screwdriver. They're just glued to the base. You gotta be careful though, because one slip and you're gonna do a number on your fingers. But usually we can get into these things relatively easily. I'm one slip from certain injury. Some of the knockoff bulbs are relatively easy to get into. This one here is certainly a little more of a challenge to get into this thing, but it should just pop off the top cover. It should just pop off. They're typically just glued on. We're making progress slowly. There we go. And they are just glued on. So there's the circuitry there. This one here has a series of LEDs, as you can see on the top here. And it looks like it's got a power supply that's actually located below the main unit itself. So I guess first things first, we'll check to see whether this is voltage getting to the actual contacts here. Because if not, then there's a problem in the power supply below. So we'll just screw the lamp into a socket that's charged, and we'll get the meter out and we'll measure and see if there's any voltage. So this will be DC voltage that appears on this plug. Should be a relatively high voltage of DC. So we've got a negative and a positive terminal, and we see we have 169 volts DC. I know it said negative 169 because I reversed the two. So is voltage getting to the board itself? Yes, it is. 169 volts is getting to the board. So what about on this? There's a resistor down here. It's, I believe it says it's a 0 ohm resistor. Is there voltage across that? No. What about this one here? Nothing. So what we probably have is a blown LED. Let's take a close look at the LEDs themselves and see if we can spot one that's popped open, because they'll be in series like they all are in televisions and so forth. So if we look closely at the actual LED chips, we'll see that this one here, number 12, appears to have a hole or a black spot on it. So I bet you this one's popped. And this is the reason why this whole entire LED is not working. If we remove this one and put a jumper over top of it, it might work. And we'll try that and just see. But I bet you this is the one. This one here also looks like it might be, maybe not. But this one here definitely, it looks like it's popped. So more than likely that is the one that's failed. We just yard this one out of here. And we'll put some solder over top of where it was and just see whether the light lights up. So I'm going to throw a big blob of solder on here, and for those questioning, will this shorten the life of the rest of them? Probably not, because it's a current limit. You know, it's 160 odd volts, but that's only because it's an open circuit. Once it's not an open circuit, the current will drop and the voltage will also drop down. Let's get put a big blob of solder on here. I had another one years ago that popped like this, and it still works. And that was, I don't know, I did a video on that probably 6 or 7 years ago, and that one still works. Okay, I don't know if I got that. Looks like it's connected. I guess I'll find out pretty quick when I put it into the light socket and see if it lights up. So it's either going to light up or it's going to shoot sparks. And of course it lights up. So there it goes. This is a little dim one, but hey, it's back working again. I can stick the cover back on it, and it's now a working LED again. So that's what you can do to fix these LEDs when they break. Just replace or just remove the bad chip, and chances are you'll be fine. This got some flux on there, right? What I normally run on my workbench here is I'm not running these warm white ones. I'm running daylight now on my workbench. I was running a warm white one, but the problem was it was always making the color balance off the camera go off. So I'm now running a 6,000 Kelvin. Anyway, that one's fixed. Thanks for watching.